All right, good morning, gang, and here we go. First thing on your Monday, I know that there's a lot of heavy news. I'm aware of it. I see what's happening. I see what happened over the weekend. It's all over social media. It's all over Facebook. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the news. It's all over the radio, TV. Have I left anything out in the papers? Yeah. That's why I decided when I opened up my closet door this morning to wear my Happy Good Day shirt. Not just because it's Monday, but just because of everything that's going on in this insane world in which we live. Please have a good day today, all right? Independent thinking. Be yourself. Have a cup of coffee on this National Coffee Day today. I know there's lots of deals going on everywhere. Take a deep breath. Take 5 minutes, even if you don't have 5 minutes. Take it. Find it. Make it. And just take a deep breath. Do something for yourself. It is going to be an absolutely gorgeous day today. Sunny and 80 degrees. I'm wearing shorts. I'm so happy. That's why I'm having a happy good day. Happy birthday today to Jane Stacy, Roger Giroux, Max Hausman, Jolene Maxim, Charles Jensen, Dave Smith, Tracy Washburn. Yeah, they're all on the list today. Doug Wild yesterday. Yes. Man, we have a lot to talk about. Before I go an inch further, second annual Carving for Kay, and it was just with Ruth Weeks this morning, and she gave me this for the window here, right on the sidewalk in Barrie. Carving for Kay is coming, second annual. Who is Kay? Kay Santamore. Everybody knows her, and we lost her. She passed away a year ago, and always wanted to have this huge pumpkin carving event, jack-o'-lantern event, and the community is pulling through and making that happen in her memory, in her honor. 21 Rudd Farm Road, Saturday, October 25th and Sunday, October 26th. That's when all the pumpkins are going to be lit up on display. Please be part of this if you can. Please be part of this. It is going to be something else. And I'm hoping that Ruth Weeks will come on the air and talk about this with me. But we're going to be promoting it an awful lot. You're going to see it all over the page. It's just one of the many things in our community that we love to do. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope it was just stellar for you. The weather was just amazing. The Veterans Ride on Saturday was incredible. They passed in front of my house. It was just awesome. Whew, boy, we're almost into October. Weather forecast. And I know it was a little chilly for many of us waking up this morning. And Lily's asking me, as she does every morning, Dad, what's the forecast today? What can I wear? Which is always results in another gray hair when I hear that question from my 10-year-old. What can I wear? Sunny, 80. Again, tonight, clear, 50. Will I be out on the patio looking up at the stars tonight after dinner? Late? Yes, I will. Tomorrow, sunny and 71. I'm seeing nothing but sunshine here for the whole week, which is good news, but it would be nice if we had some clouds and some rain showers as well. I'm going to dive in this morning with my guest, Nicole Pierce. And I posted up this morning, who knows this woman? And my God, it's like everybody and their brother knows you. And I'm so glad that you're here. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
You and I just met, I think, for the first time, right? Was that first time ever?
Yep.
But your name and choice, support services, is something that I have heard of and been familiar with for quite a while, but I don't think I had ever met you. And thanks to our friend Jarrett, I did.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And a little bit about you before we dive into what you're doing. You own and operate Choice Support Services, and what is that?
So, Choice, we specialize in community-based rehab for people who have survived a traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
That's how we opened up Choice 16 years ago, actually. We now do a lot more things. We do the adult family care program, so work with people who have dementia, get them out of nursing homes, hospitals, with a full-time caregiver. We also have the group home now, which has several of our people living in it, men and women. So really a lot of different things. Medicaid services for pretty much brain injury, mental health, and the elderly population as well.
Whew.
Yeah. So we're like the mini of Washington County Mental Health, but we're just so tiny, and we're obviously not a state designated agency. We're a private agency.
Man,
Yeah.
that's like you just unpacked so much. That's
Yeah.
a huge thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a monster right there that you're taking on.
Yep. There was a need in the community. We started this with just community-based services, putting people in private homes to be cared for. But we always knew that, we needed housing for people who were harder to place and less traditional, think outside the box ideas to help people who struggled with housing and struggled with moving every couple months. Who wants to move every couple months? That's not feasible. So that was always our long-term plan, and my long-term plan has always been to have a housing, job program, and then the community-based services.
Tell me about Averill Street.
So Averill Street was previously the Jingraw Community Care Home. Bought that in 2018. Originally, we stayed with, I kept the population that was in there, which was a lot of older folks, which I really loved a lot. Unfortunately, the staffing piece for that was not doable. It was really hard to find staff, to keep staff, to find staff that operate at the same level that you operate as an owner was really, really challenging. I've had a lot of good staff, but a lot of people who unfortunately were not willing to go that extra step for the people that we care for. So ended up switching out the elderly population for some of our younger folks who needed housing pretty desperately. So traumatic brain injury, substance abuse, mental health issues, coexisting all together in most cases. Many of the folks that I work with have come from criminal justice system, either taken them out of jail, helped them get out of jail. They needed a residence to get out of jail, which can be challenging.
Right.
Because if you don't have the right supports, they will continue to keep you in jail. So dealing with those things at the house and giving people the opportunity to integrate back into the community in a healthy manner.
Not everybody is waking up and saying, I think I want to do something like this.
Yeah.
What was this? This shift, this awakening that stirred in you that said, however many years ago,
Yeah.
I've got to do something like this. That's pretty profound.
Yeah. I mean, I always knew I wanted to work with people. That comes from growing up with someone who struggled with addiction and mental health issues. And seeing for myself, yeah, there was challenges, but I also loved him. And I knew what a good person he was when he wasn't struggling with the addiction, wasn't struggling with the mental health issues, which often went hand in hand.
Sure.
So I always knew I wanted to work with people. I went to college, got a degree in clinical psychology, actually wanted to work with vets. That's always been my goal, but realized that there's a lot of people out there that need help, that have similar situations. More people with brain injuries in the community than people even realize, that are walking around that have invisible disability. Their families are also struggling with them, which is really challenging.
Yes.
So that's why I got into that. In the first place, me and my business partner opened Choice to have services available to people who maybe were denied services from a lot of other agencies.
Did you have anyone in your friends network or your family that was like, Nicole, man, seriously, you're crazy. Are you kidding me?
And they
The
still
hell
think
are
I'm
you
crazy.
doing?
They still think I'm
They
pretty
still think,
crazy.
yeah.
They did in the beginning. They're like, you don't have anything. I was 26 years old when we opened up Choice, me and my business partner. So my oldest child was just an infant at the time, but we wanted to do it, so we were like, well, we'll see what happens and get out there and do it. And we did it.
And this was how old? How long ago?
16 years ago.
16 years
Be 17 years in April. Yeah.
Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done for people.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. I'm telling you. I said this the day that I was over at April Street, and was streaming live over there. Those 5, I think it was 5, might have been 6.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
Individuals in hours time flipped so much stuff for me personally right upside down in an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, I left that day and I was like just shell-shocked by what I learned and perspective and reflection on my own life. I mean, It is absolutely amazing to hear their stories of resilience.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tag TBI, you can put so many medical diagnoses, labels on folks. I have this, I have that, I have this. But these are real people that have had extraordinary things happen to them. Mm-hmm. Some of them even say for them.
Yep. Yeah.
And they have insight, they have vision, they have philosophy on life that is just so different from so many of us. In so many ways, even with their TBI, their eyes are so much more open to what's important in life and how precious and valuable our time is here on Earth. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine driving down the road one day and then you wait, then maybe you wake up 2 weeks later and they're like, hey, you've been in a car accident, you can't walk, talk, can't excuse my language, I don't know if I can say, wipe your own butt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can't feed yourself, can't think. My brain's broken. I can't think. Why can't I do these things? Why can't I make something simple? I can't make ramen noodles. Right, why? Right. Why can't I do these things?
Can't imagine.
Why do I feel angry? Why do I feel overwhelmed?
Yeah.
Why do I feel sad?
Yeah.
So that is a huge part of it is when they're at their worst, when people feel their worst, if you can give them just a little tiny bit of glimmer of hope, which sometimes can just be a relationship. Your relationship with them is enough to let them see that there is something left out there, that there is more to life than sitting around feeling, upset. And yes, this was a tragedy. Sure. Absolutely. But how can we move forward? How can we reinvent ourselves, to move forward, to do whatever it is you want to do in your life, but probably different than the way you did it before.
Yeah. You bring with you through the doors of April alone an energy and an attitude that is so infectious. And the residents there made that very clear. They tell me, I don't know what I would do without Nicole. And you guys, how many residents there?
There's only 8 there right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you imagine 8 people all living in a home?
Right.
We're having dinner together, lunch, breakfast, coffee, quiet time, whatever.
We're celebrating holidays together. Santa Claus shows up every year.
Exactly.
So on Christmas morning, you have all that, and you do have disagreements between everyone. You know what I mean? It's like being siblings. You're gonna disagree. You're gonna borrow clothes. You're gonna try to do these things that aren't always agreeable to everybody in the house. So there's a lot of talking, and there's a lot of talking things through to say, okay, so this is a situation. We have one. Great. We're going to work through it. It's not going to be anything at the end of the day, we're going to move forward. Because one of the things they have to learn is not everyone has to agree with the way that we think.
Sure.
In order to get along, in order to live together, in order to coexist in the community.
Imagine
we all
that.
don't have to be exactly the same. I don't have to think exactly like them.
Sure.
And they certainly don't have to think like me. But what we do need to do is respect each other, care about each other, and take a pause if we feel like things are getting too intense.
Boy, what a lesson for the rest of us.
Yeah. And we talk about that at the house all the time. My guys are big. Oh, Nicole always wants to talk about accountability, because I do. Accountability is huge when you're trying to maintain housing, maintain a job, maintain your mental health, feel good every day when you wake up.
Yeah.
We all have accountability in how we feel every day.
There was a young lady that was there who I just saw the other day, too.
Yep.
She is so delightful. She just has this glow about her, this big smile. You probably know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And when I saw her the other day, I'm just like, amazing.
Yeah.
Kids got into a car accident, and it's like TBIs. And you and I have talked about this, and I don't know much about them, but I do know that every single one of them is unique. Not surprising, because the brain is so complex. There's a gazillion different neurons that are all firing and wiring at the same time. Right. And everyone's TBI is so unique.
Yeah.
Everyone's experience is different.
Yeah. And their brain is injured in a different place. So the strategies that might work for one person might not work for another. And, some people are overwhelmed with anger and grief.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to come through that first, which is totally understandable. That's a normal part of healing and moving forward from a brain injury or anything that's overly traumatic. But, that's a whole nother piece that people really have to learn to accept. And that's really hard. And then they can kind of come around the other side to say, oh, this is my life, and start to get the glow back and enjoy things and find things that make them feel good. Which sometimes could just be the breakfast that they wanted at the house, or the dinner. You know what I mean?
Sure.
On their birthday, they all get to pick their whatever they'd like for dinner that day and their dessert. So many of them have never even had that since their brain injury.
Wow.
So that's little tiny things that you can do, like them waking up on Christmas morning with a Christmas tree, just like you do when you're a little kid. You wake up and everybody has their presents. Yeah. Presents that maybe they've asked for, or maybe they didn't ask for anything, so Santa kind of had to guess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So you are, man, it's like the hats that you wear. Many hats. Mm-hmm. Moderator is probably one of them. One of the many.
Yeah.
You're keeping everybody in the parameters.
Yeah. Conflict is big. When I first bought Averill Place, everybody was kind of saying to me again, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should house all these people. I think you kind of lost your mind, Nicole. I think maybe you should rethink this. You need to have everyone separate. Everyone needs to be separate so the problems don't start to coexist for everyone when you have a group. And that's just not true. Yes, can it be true? Absolutely. But with a lot of work and a lot of consistent interventions from everybody that works in the house, so all my really great staff that are there, everybody can coexist. Everybody can learn, Sure. You can learn to value friendship. Sometimes you don't even know what friendship means after a brain injury. You don't even know you don't even know that people are mistreating you. Years into it, you don't realize, I just want to feel loved. I just want to feel needed, but you're really being mistreated. But you're willing to take that treatment, because that's all you know until someone says to you, well, you deserve to be treated better than that. I don't think I do, they'll say. I think this is just my life.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I've punched my ticket, and this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
I don't believe that.
Yeah, you're destroying that mindset if anyone has it, and you're also giving your residents there the ability to thrive on independence.
Yeah.
Which is a big, big deal, man.
Yeah.
It's like, that's probably one of the biggest deals of it all.
Yeah, as independent as they can be. Yeah, and
As-
that's right,
as
and
they
that
can.
that's different for everyone.
Sure.
But absolutely, I mean, everybody wants dignity. Everyone wants independence. Everyone
Right.
wants to wake up every day and feel like they can take care of themselves. They can
Sure.
handle the things that they're presented with.
Might not be able to drive,
Right,
but
right, and you might not be able to drive. You might not be able to walk without someone with you either. You know, independently into town.
Yeah.
You might not be able to clean your room. You might not be able to do those things, but that doesn't mean that they're not working on things that are very important to them. And they could be things that we take for granted.
sure.
Not blowing up every time. You know, not having I'm just packing my stuff and I'm leaving immediately. I'm done with all of you. You know, just over maybe a pancake or something. Or, you know, one of them thought the lady stole her sweater, or, you know, things that we take for granted with processing information and coming through of it on, you know, talking through things. They have a harder time doing that. They need assistance and really patience and love to see that it's okay to not agree, number one. It's also okay not to understand.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like, we can understand by talking and explaining and seeing where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I say. I'm like, I might not agree with you, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying. But I am going to say, I don't like those words coming out of your mouth, and I really don't want you doing that because that's extremely unsafe, and I care about you.
This happens in my house. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's house.
Yeah. It should happen in everyone's house, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids. You should be talking to them about those things.
Wow. I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell everybody, I've always maintained this, and I'm going to say it again, and I know I sound like a broken record. Having this conversation with you right now is the single greatest thing, conversations like this, meeting people like you, that this podcast has ever done for me personally. Meeting people like you, having conversations like this, bringing you on the air.
And it brought something to your life. You know, you got to meet people who you probably, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but who you may not have had the chance to meet or get to know their story. And of course, everyone's story, including mine, is obviously much longer and much more diverse than what people can tell you in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I feel that brings something to all of our lives when we can understand where other people are coming from. And even, and I'm going to say this, probably shouldn't.
Say it.
Okay. I work with some people who other people don't like.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're like, well, listen, they've gone to 3 other agencies. We're not serving them. We're not serving them. And I do, if I feel they've never gotten the chance and they've never been set up for success. So a lot of people through their whole life, you know, will
Yeah.
be kind of forgotten about and pushed to the side. If that keeps happening, whether you're a kid or an adult, eventually you're going to do things and you're going to find comfort in places that you shouldn't be finding it. So it's good to get people reconnected to people, even if you are a criminal, you know? And I
Right.
say that lightly because, you know, you're labeled as a criminal. It's all a label, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you're on probation and parole. Maybe you've been in and out of the Brattleboro retreat because you've had significant mental health issues. Maybe you've stabbed someone. Maybe you've shot someone. These are all things that, you know, I deal with every single day with these guys.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do that is because if you give them the little glimmer of hope, you'd actually be surprised that people are willing to, I don't want to use the word change, but they're willing to look at your perspective and they can see that a different way of life is actually there. But it's not going to just come in 1 second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weeks and days of building on when people want to change. Change is not easy.
I promise that we're going to shift gears to this big thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
And the
Final
main
piece.
the main reason why I have you here, which I'm telling you right now, everyone, if you're not sitting down, you ought to, because we're gonna we're just gonna let this, we're gonna blow the whistle on something in a big way here in a second. But I just, before we go there, the reason why I met you, the reason why I had the experience that I had over at Averill. Meeting and chatting with these 5 residents over there who, by the way, my wife is watching and listening this morning. I've been dying for her to get over there and meet some of these incredible people.
I did talk to her on Facebook.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
All right. and I want my little girl over there too. I just...
Yeah.
The
You would be surprised what you can offer to them too. You know, they get to see all of us paid staff. They see me, they hear my voice, like, oh, Nicole's here. Oh, you know, she's here again.
Sure.
But to bring new people into the house, to like, and I say this to my staff, they look forward to those interactions. You know what I mean? So people even call out of work, where are my people? They look forward to it. You know?
Sure.
They knew you were stopping by. They were all about that. So.
Comments coming in this morning. It can take a while for brain injuries to show themselves too.
Absolutely.
And can be misdiagnosed and misunderstood for so long.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need to be hurt. They get forgotten.
Yeah.
So busy taking care of everybody else, or too busy surviving, nobody stops and says, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Makes a world of difference just to stop and ask someone how they're doing. That's what happened with me and Jarrett.
Yeah.
And that's how, frankly,
Yep.
you and I met.
Yeah.
Jarrett, who you know very well, was in Berry City Park.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting there on a park bench having breakfast. And I went up to him and we struck up a conversation, and within a minute or two we were live. We were streaming live.
Yep.
And I asked him about his life. Someone who has a traumatic brain injury from a motorcycle wreck. And we talked about how it's changed his life.
Yeah.
And he's 34, 33 years old. This happened when he was like 23. And it was a really profound experience for me.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen that interview, it's on Aired Out. It's extremely uncut, extremely raw. I mean, there isn't a half a second there's no editing. But Jarrett is how you and I met, because you reached out to me after that interview and said, yo.
Well, I was worried about him.
Yeah.
You know, because I worry about them when exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the type of stuff that I'm saying garners the best experiences for me with this podcast, far beyond the laughs, the goofing around, the information that's put out on the air, is relationships more than anything else.
Yeah.
Since meeting you, since knowing you, not only have I had great reflection on myself and great awe in seeing what you're doing over there, but you have recently come to me and said, oh yeah, you think that's something, check this out.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm sure that you have family and friends who are like, oh my God, Nicole, are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? You're going to do this?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Has that been said to you?
Yeah. Numerous times. Even by like the electrician in the beginning. You know. He's like, whoa, what? But yeah, no, I mean that's generally how people do think I'm a little crazy. So I just roll with it, but I think it's going to turn out to be a really great thing. So we're just going to go.
you had it's impossible for you not to. You had a vision.
Yeah.
There's no way that you could possibly do something like this without having a vision, maybe an epiphany. Maybe you woke up at 3:00 in the morning and said, oh my God, this is it right here. Why don't you blow the whistle here and tell everyone what you're doing.
Well, you're right. It's a 20-year vision, though, right? So when I opened Choice 16 years ago, I had a vision of what that agency would look like. Even had my little map drawn out, how I was going to do it and how I was going to connect all the pieces. I improvise that puzzle a couple times a year to see what pieces or how I want to change my business plan. But one piece that we're missing is a jobs program. So Brush Bash is going to be at 23 Jones Brother Way, which is going to be a rage room and a paint splatter room.
You just said rage room.
Yes.
RAGE.
Yes.
A rage room, and what was the other
A paint splatter room.
Talk to me.
Okay. So a rage room or a smash room, whatever it is that you prefer, is exactly what it sounds like. You go in and break everything. So people pay a set price to go in, and they will be able to smash dishes and all the things that they choose. The paint splatter room, there's going to be two of those. So there's going to be one for all ages, and then there's going to be one paint splatter room for kids that are like under 5, so babies. There's going to be a place to have birthday parties or any kind of party, really, any kind of private party. The hope is that we eventually can offer some kind of food, like snack bar type food. But I am only one person. I'm not rich, so I have to work up to some of that. But that is the vision. And the real point of Brush Bash is to create jobs for people in the community who don't otherwise have a place to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk to me about. I mean, there's two major parts here. And we're going to talk more about what to expect when you walk through the doors here and exactly where it is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show your Facebook page here in a second as well. We want to draw some more followers to that. But what about the jobs program? So what does that mean? You're going to have folks with TBIs,
right?
Folks who have challenges who are going to be employed.
Yeah.
And running this.
Yes. Probably not in the first few months, because I have to obviously get some footing under me again before I can pay other people, but that hopefully won't take too long. But the point in this is to start a jobs program for all the people that I work with and other people in the community that might have a need or might be looking for some kind of work. Maybe someone that's just gotten out of jail that needs something to do to keep busy, or someone that just got clean and sober. They need to stay busy, not sit around the house, things like that. One of the things that I'm trying to do is figure out how can I team people up with a brain injury to someone else where they can do a job together at Brush Bash.
Wow.
Yeah. That way the people that I work with, the people at the group home, and people that, like Jarrett, that live in his own apartment, will have the chance to have, employment with someone who will teach them and take the time, and hopefully longevity is what we're hoping, where they can have a job for more than a couple days or a couple weeks. They can have a job like the rest of us do, even if it's 5 or 10 hours a week, but they get up, they contribute, they feel good about it. These jobs that they'll be doing will start simple. Maybe they're going to vacuum. Maybe they're going to clean.
Sure.
Bring customers in, stuff like that.
Help with marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got a comment here. I'm not crying. You are. And, you're bringing some water to my eyes almost constantly this morning. And this is so unbelievable what you're doing. I am so confident in saying that this is bound to be a great success. I hope you have people lined up to be volunteers and help you make this into something massive. And I am so honored to be talking about this right now on a Monday morning, to have you in here to announce that you're going to be doing this is huge for me. If this is going to set the precedence for the rest of my week, on the air and off the air, with positivity like this, I'm going to have a great week. I had a conversation with somebody last night about purpose and how critical it is for all of us to feel like we have a real purpose. We have a reason for being alive. We have a reason for beginning our day, getting out of bed every day, putting our pants on, and whatever it is that we do.
Yeah.
And there's so many of us that are walking around that are stagnant. We're in neutral. And we're just coasting through life without purpose.
Yeah.
Even a little bit of purpose. You're going to be giving that to people. That is the greatest gift beyond brushing and bashing is giving people purpose to take this vision that you have, which is a little outrageous.
A little crazy.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, yeah.
But giving them
Yeah.
the wheel to say, hey, I want you to drive.
Yeah.
I want you to execute this every day. That's massive.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the Facebook page here, and
Okay.
I'm telling, we got a lot of people tuned in right now watching. I'm telling you, folks, Aired Out is going to support Brush Bash immensely. You're going to be hearing me talk about it. You're going to be seeing me down there. We're going to stream live. I'm going to bring as many people through the doors as I can. But please go to this Facebook page right now. There's only 425 followers. We're going to change that right now. I want folks to go there and follow this page. Like it, follow it, comment on it, share it. Get the word out that this is going to be the next big thing here in the Granite City. This is tremendous. You're saying from what age to what age can go in there?
So the rage room, I really want to personalize it. That's the thing. So that's kind of one of the things, and as a businesswoman, everyone's like, oh, you can't personalize everything, right? But you can. So 10 maybe for the rage room, but could possibly, if people have smaller children who they think could participate, there's also a viewing room. So in between the rage room and the paint room, there's a little viewing room where kids could sit in there, and maybe then one parent could bring them into the rage room if they wanted to smash a bottle or throw a plate or something like that. But at pretty much any age. And the only reason I'm doing the room for the littler kids is there won't be any glass in there. So if kids aren't walking yet and they're crawling on the ground, it will have a special floor for them. So if the babies want to roll around and get painted up and do their, paint their bodies or whatever, they'll be able to do that as well.
I'm just looking here at your list of donations that have already come in.
Oh, yeah. So that's the thing. So to keep the cost down, donations are the easiest way, obviously, to keep the admission cost down. Yep.
Yeah. 23 Jones Brothers Way.
Yep.
That's right next to the Granite Museum.
Yep. In between Granite Museum and Faith Community Church. Yep.
Okay. It's that big squarish looking building.
Yep.
We all know exactly where that is. I'm just looking here. Chairs, small bureaus, microwaves. I've got a microwave for you. My wife and I have been complaining about ours for quite a while now. It makes too damn much noise. It's not heating correctly. It needs to be smashed.
Yep.
Bottles, jars.
The reason why we went towards the furniture is the other high cost is obviously getting rid of the stuff once it's smashed, right? That's
How are you gonna
gonna
do
be
that?
expensive. So one reason why we're gonna bring the furniture into it, so that you can also set up, like, you want to come smash an office, you'd actually set up an office. But the furniture will be easier to break down into small pieces, smash into small pieces, and get rid of.
Can my wife go in there if she's ticked off at me, and have at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, we're going to have a day where people can bring pictures, and we'll put them on all the breakables. And if you want to smash someone's face, you can do that, because you can't do it in real life. So maybe you're getting divorced, or maybe
Oh my God.
you really hate your boss. Hopefully, none of my staff show up and don't want my face on it.
yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh yeah.
But any stuff like that where it's themed and people can come in and
Central Vermont's first rage room and paint splatter room. This is incredible. And you and I had a conversation off the air about some of the hidden gems in our community. Some really unique things here in this city.
Yeah.
And in the outskirts of this city. One of them being the Snoozlin room, which is designed for folks with sensory issues, whether it's autism or whatever, of all ages, where you can go in and completely unplug and step into a different realm.
Yes.
It's a whole different world in there.
Yes.
You're unplugged.
And it's a different release when people get to do that. And the way that it connects with some people's brains is actually amazing.
Somebody's saying, Josh is saying we need to get a car in there.
Oh, I already have one, Josh.
You got a car going?
I got a minivan outside waiting to get smashed.
Oh my God. Sherilyn saying get a punch card membership ready too.
I was thinking that. I was wondering if people were going to be repeat customers or not.
This is so unique, and we've already got 7 new followers just in the last couple of minutes here. But this is so unique. This is so how did you come up with this idea? Like did you wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning with this one?
Yeah. Actually, it was when I was at Disney World, actually, with my kids, and I was awake one night and thinking of ways. At Disney, they're really good about being inclusive to all people with disabilities, which was really nice to see. At Disney, you can actually, I don't know if I'm sure people have been, but it's very inclusive. You can go on a roller coaster. They have a special entrance for people with disabilities. They just really welcome everybody there, which is nice. But I actually thought in the middle of the night, could I own an amusement park? How could I have an amusement park in Vermont? And then, of course, that's not feasible because Vermont doesn't want an amusement park, number one. And then thought, what about a rage room? What about a place? What about something on a much similar but simple to start it out, where it would give people jobs and allow them, like you say, to have something to look forward to every day, to give them a purpose, to fill the slice of the pie that is not, is missing, which is a job. You can have housing, you can have a case manager, you can have a therapist, but if you can't ever secure a job, and say you show up to multiple interviews and you're told, hey, you're going to start next week. This happened to one of my guys 3 times. The day he's supposed to go, they call and say, oh, sorry, we hired someone else. So you got to imagine the trickle down effect that has. So to be able to offer that to them and say, hey, listen, do you want to vacuum? Do you want to bring people in and explain what are the rules to the rage room? After they would go in and vacuum, sweep, pick up the room. Start with simple job skills so people can build on them, because you have to have job skills to have a job. But you have to start building the skills. You can't just jump out there and do whatever it is that you want to do. So this is like a simplified version of a job program. The only thing that I could really think of, where eventually we would be able to have food, like a snack bar type of thing. I'm not saying that the people I work with would want to cook, but maybe they'd want to do a delivery service or something similar to that.
Maybe get a couple of food trucks, or maybe a little food truck festival in the parking lot.
Want to put a little food truck in the parking lot.
I'll tell you right now. You know this. Yeah. That parking lot is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful. Like, new pavement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big.
Brand new paved 2 years ago. Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You have a perfect spot there.
Yeah.
You're right on 302. I mean, it's really amazing.
Simple food. You know what I mean? If we can get there, then kind of like what the Snack Shack was, simple things
Yeah.
that are really easy,
Yeah.
things that aren't too expensive, things that teenagers can go when they're driving and they're like, "Hey, mom, I want to go to McDonald's." Well, maybe
Yeah.
they could stop at the snack truck and
Right.
eat there instead.
Will there be, questions here. Christy's saying, will this be something your consumers might be able to utilize as well?
That's for them. Yep.
It's
I
for
know,
them.
Christy.
Is there a soft opening? Is there going to be, are we really, is this kind of springtime is going to be it, or is it going to be sooner than that?
This is going to be before the end of the year. I mean,
Wow.
we have the professionals in there right now doing the work to make it so that the fire
Wow.
marshal's happy with fire code being met and everything safe. Obviously, you're smashing things and you're throwing paint. Literally, you will get thrown paint on you,
Yeah.
all over your body. Your daughter will be able to blast you with a paint gun if she wants. She
Love
can.
that.
There's little balloons to shoot the paint balloons so they can boom like you do when you go to a fair.
Perfect. You should have seen the mess that she made out on the patio this weekend.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. It's fun. So you're going to be dirty when you leave, but it'll
Happy,
be fun.
but
You'll be
happy.
happy, hopefully. Yeah. So,
This is incredible.
yeah. And once they finish the last thing that we have, once the professionals are done on the inside, the fire marshal has to pass the final inspection, and we're ready to roll. So,
Wow.
yep.
I can think of a few people that I would love to get in there with.
Yeah. I
my
think the
God.
first couple weekends, what we're going to do is I was going to open the website and have everyone just prepay. But I think I'm going to axe that and maybe just do have people inquire about going so I can personalize, say you have a bigger group, you have a smaller group, so I can personalize every room
Yeah.
the first couple weeks to get more people in and out.
Did you have anyone close in your family, friends, family, who were trying to tap your brakes a little bit?
Yeah. I always do though. That's pretty normal. They're like, why do you want to take on something else? Why do you want to do that? Same thing with April Play. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want more work? You're already working 7 days a week. Well, because I love it and it's a vision and I want to build on the vision so that when I retire, someday I want to look back and said I accomplished it and I helped people and I actually made a difference. So
Huge.
I'll do it for a little longer. I got 20 more years or something till I can retire, maybe 30.
Making me tear up again. Damn it. Wow.
But no, most people do tell me, maybe you should back off of that, or maybe you shouldn't do that, or maybe you should work less. My gran, bless her heart, who has now passed, always said, you need to work a lot less, honey. You need to work a lot less.
Again, the kind of the $1 million question is, what do you need right now? How can our community rally to help you and this vision to help get it started? What do you need? And give us another kind of a rough idea of when the public might be able to come in and check it out.
It's going to be less than I bet a month at the most for the public, if not. And I say that, remember, the fire marshal has to do the final inspection and then he'll give us the go ahead. But most of the work besides one room is pretty much done. The big thing is donations. If people are cleaning out their houses, you have old kitchen dishes, you have old glasses that you're going to toss, you know what I mean? Really anything that's smashable we'll take. Coffee pots, Keurig machines, those types of things are actually really fun to smash because they take longer
Yeah.
than just, you know.
My wife is gathering things together right now.
Yeah. So donations will help a lot because insurance for this is not cheap. There was only two
Yeah.
insurance companies in the United States who would insure me for the rage room. Yeah. So that was one of the biggest challenges, was getting the insurance and getting the right people who didn't want me to put like a whole sprinkler system in and do, a bunch of just really insane
Yeah.
No one's sleeping there, so you shouldn't have to do all that.
Right.
But donations will be huge. That way we can build the program because, I've spent a lot of money at making it, basically removing the building to make it the rage room and the paint room. So donations will help, and then customers coming in, obviously, hopefully we have those. And if we do, then take the money and keep building on it and building on it and building on it until the empire's built.
When are you starting to collect donations?
Oh, we already are.
You already are.
Yeah. I've spent my whole entire summer with my partner going around to every free pile in Vermont.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was funny because people were posting a picture and it said, like, if you come here, you'll get shot in the face. Yeah, that's me. I was there in the free pile, digging through the free pile. We're out there and people were driving by looking at it. We're like, don't worry about it. We're looking for dishes. We're not taking any clothes or anything. We're just taking the dishes.
But let's say this, and I want to ask you, how and where and when to make your donation of things that are ready to be smashed. But before we do that, let's say, please don't bring, your trash.
Yeah, because that actually happened over the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not a place for you to bring something that's
right.
Come
and
on.
if you have a question, just shoot a message.
Yeah.
Right, because then I can clarify whether or not it's gonna.
How do people shoot a message? What's the best way?
Right on Facebook. People sent me several on there, so I can.
On the Brush
Bash. Yep.
Page.
Yep. And right outside, there's the ramp. If people just want to donate, leave items outside. And
in the front?
Yep. Right in the front.
Really?
Yep. And then I just went down and brought them inside if I wasn't there.
Okay. What if all of a sudden you're like, okay, we don't really have any more room for donation. Are you going to let me know and I'll tell everybody?
Yeah, but we're not. We have lots of room.
You got lots of space.
Because if we have to, we will also utilize the garage at Averill Street. There's a big garage there.
Okay.
So, and it's going to smash at a rapid. Do you know what I mean?
It's gonna smash and then what happens after it's smashed? Gets
picked up and thrown away. Yeah. So
are you having it trucked off to somewhere?
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have a dumpster. It's gonna be easiest just to have a dumpster dropped off there and picked up. Yeah.
This is so unique. What you're doing is remarkable.
Well, thank you.
And you reaching out to me and saying, JD, I got something that's pretty far out.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
First one I thought of.
Thank you so much. And our community is thanking you as well. I mean, this is really something else of what you're doing here.
And this is family fun too, Yeah, this is to make a jobs program. But how many times? I mean, we have the bowling alley, right?
Sure.
My family goes to bowling alley.
Yeah.
It's to hopefully bring more family fun, things that families can do together, starting with the rage room and splatter room, and hopefully build on that so we have more fun things and more jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to be watching your page carefully. I'm going to be paying attention. I'm going to be in touch with you more frequently. I want to get over and have coffee over on Averill Street.
Coffee and a snack.
Please. I love both. I really want to do that soon, and I want to keep the dialogue going and the conversation here about what's happening and progress reports on all things.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, this is going to be your podcast for finding out about Brush Bash, because I'm going to be posting up and sharing on the microphone details of progress of where we're at, and how we are. This is going to be amazing. I'm so glad that this is going to be
exciting
going on, because my God, it's like during this winter, come March, I've had enough of the winter.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring a snowman in there and just have at it. This is just really, really incredible stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for being part of it. Don't forget, $5 Tuesdays are back at the Capitol Theater. That's tomorrow, Tuesday. $5 Wednesdays are back at the Paramount Theater. Skip the line. Grab your tickets, fgbtheaters.com. $5. Get out to a movie this week. One of our proud presenting sponsors from Fly on the Wall Productions this morning, the Aired Out podcast with Nicole Pierce, a lady who is, you're doing some revolutionary stuff here in our community. And I'm so honored to have met you, to know you now, to call you a friend, and to be part of what you're doing, which is just remarkable. And congratulations to you. And thank you so much for coming in here, Nicole.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch soon, all right?
Yeah.
All right.